Broken Mirrors, short story by JameliaAlicia. I found peace in knowing the truth of what was in front of me, no one else but me, because in the end, I had to break the cycle of deception. Placed in a room full of mirrors made me blind, and yet I find hope that something will happen. It didn't. I looked into the mirror and saw myself and realized the complexities of myself. I didn't know what to do, and that was a testimony I am giving, unsure and the feeling of being uneased. I knew one thing from childhood, a spell my mother taught me before she died. I was a witch and I knew how to do spells. That was the only thing I was good at and always will be. I was trapped in a prison of mirrors and all I saw was myself, only me. This feeling sent tingles down my spine and my feet, and I had whistled a tune to let the pain fade away. The pain subsided and turned into fresh warmness that reminded me of sitting by the radiator when I was a child. The prison was built of reflections. No bars, no locks, only walls of glass that learned her face better than she ever had. Even when she whispers, the mirrors did not respond, as if her words were sacred. Every step she took multiplied her. 1,000 versions followed her movements, copied her breath, rehearsed her doubt. The mirrors did not lie, but they never told the whole truth either. They showed her what she feared most, the parts of herself she refused to name. Anger split into shards, tenderness dulled by repetition, hope stretched thin until it looked like longing. She was told the rule early on: look, but do not look too long. The women before her had gone still from staring, turned obedient, translucent. They mistook reflection for identity and stayed. She did not. At first, she watched the mirrors like weather, passing, untouchable. Then she noticed how they responded. When she flinched, they sharpened. When she softened, they fogged. The prison was alive, fed by attention. It was nature twisted into architecture, a forest made of silver bark. That was when the trance began. Not sleep, something older. A rhythm entered her feet, steady as roots seeking water. She stamped once. The sound traveled through the floor, up the mirrors, into her own bones. She stamped again, and her breath slowed, deepened. The reflections wavered. She did not chant words, she remembered them. The trance spell was not cast outward, it folded inward. She stared into the nearest mirror, past the surface, past the rehearsed face, until she reached the quiet place behind her eyes. The soul of the mirror looked back and found nothing to feed on. She knew herself. So she whispered, "What was hidden, now be named. What was borrowed, now reclaimed. I am not the echo's sound. I am the voice that makes the ground. I am sound that will reclaim its origin." The secret cracked everything. The glass shuddered, then split, not into violence, but release. Each mirror burst open and transformed mid-fall, silver fragments softening into wings. Butterflies poured out of the walls, black and blue and gold, carrying pieces of her former selves into the air. They flew like forgiveness. The prison emptied. Nature reclaimed the space in motion and breath. What had once reflected her now carried her away from the need to be reflected at all. She stepped forward, bare feet on open ground, no longer multiplied, only whole. A whole being is reflecting into everyday existence. She expected freedom to be loud. Instead, it arrived quietly, like dawn deciding not to announce itself. The butterflies did not leave all at once. Some circled her head, brushing her temples as if memorizing her thoughts. Others settled on her shoulders, her wrists, her spine, places where fear once nested. Each wingbeat loosened something old. Regret unknotted. Shame slipped off like a coat worn too long. Behind her, the last mirrors still stood, cracked, breathing, unsure. She turned back. For the first time, she did not see herself in them. She saw paths. Where reflections once trapped her in repetition, now openings appeared. thin seams of light cutting through the glass. The prison was never meant to be escaped by force. It was a rite, a question disguised as confinement. Who are you when no one is watching you be you? She placed her palm against a remaining mirror. It felt warm, like skin. The trance had not fully left her. It lived now in her posture, her certainty. When she stamped her foot again, gently this time, vines grew from the cracks, leaves pressed through silver, roots lifting the floor. Nature accepted the exchange. The mirror bowed inward and dissolved into water. Not broken, completed. She walked through what used to hold her. Beyond the prison was a field that did not reflect, only received. The sky was wide enough to make room for becoming. The butterflies rose higher, carrying the last fragments of the prison away, until they looked like stars learning how to move. She did not look back. She didn't need to. The mirror prison would rebuild itself for someone else, always does, but now it carried a secret hidden in its glass. Know yourself, and the walls will learn how to let you go.